welcome back to another episode of the Unturned podcast. I'm your host, cucuycharles, and we're joined once again by the Knight Rider.
Sex.
Trident Games.
Wait, are we actually starting?
Z-Man, 1064.
Happy Mother's Day, all the moms out there. Do you think moms watch the podcast?
Maybe.
My
and
mom
we're joined by a
watched
special
an
guest,
episode.
Nylex.
I know my mum will definitely be watching the podcast.
All right.
You just like send it to her?
We got to talk about gay sex now. All right.
Oh my
What
God.
do you mean? Let's start.
Stop stealing my jokes. You've stolen my whole routine and you butchered it completely. The
Let's
night.
talk about- okay,
You're mad I
enough.
did it better than you. You're
Let's
mad
just
I did
talk
it better
about
than
No.
regular sex.
Shut up.
you. What, are you saying that
Can we
gay
shut
sex
up?
is
Can we
it
just
start
regular,
the
Trident?
show?
Are you being homophobic?
This is our
right
biggest
now?
guest.
No.
This is our biggest guest.
I'm not
You guys are
saying that,
talking about
Knight.
gay
I'm not
sex
saying
right now.
that. Why would you think I don't like gay
Dude,
sex?
you guys suck. You guys suck.
What the fuck? Guys, come on.
This is our biggest guest. Can we please be somewhat professional this time?
I'm asking Z-Man.
Hey, Z-Man,
what the fuck?
mister, are you actually going to show up this time?
Listen, it was
almost
like 8
cried at
times.
Damn.
It was twice. And
When's the last
listen,
time
I
you
told
smoked weed?
Dude,
Me?
he had the virus.
Man's hurt.
Listen, let me tell you.
Did you have the virus?
Last month, I did have the virus. The last month was insane.
Damn.
Like, you've noticed, I've not even uploaded on YouTube in
Oh.
over a month because it was just that crazy. So yeah, I do apologize. I was meant to be on here like a month ago, and it couldn't happen.
Damn.
It's all good. We forgive you, right, Z-Man?
Yeah.
Z-Man does not forgive you.
I can only imagine what is said behind closed doors.
Well, okay, we can talk about one thing, Nylex. I guess we can start this off. There has been events that I've been told that were supposed to show up but didn't show up.
Yeah, Z-Man says that
wait,
you
what,
have a
for me?
history of
Yeah,
doing things.
I'm
I've
not sure
never
what
said
events
anything.
though.
Is this just out in Nylex on the podcast straight up?
No.
You know, at least let's get like a couple minutes into it first.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
All right, fine.
All right, Nylex, I guess I can ask you
No.
this.
Okay, Nylex, do you fake your base raid videos?
Oh my god.
Actually.
You mean the ones like 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Wait, you did base raids?
Yes.
What?
No.
What?
I got confused for a second. I'm like, did I
They
miss
were
something?
they were great, honestly. It started off. Do you know how it actually all started with that whole fake base raid thing? I started off like, gaining subscribers, doing like real, unturned gameplay, unscripted stuff. And then we was on this random server and we raided this admin compound. It was so cool. But at the time, I was really like big on cinematics, so I rebuilt the whole thing in single player just so I could get some like cinematic shots of it. And everyone was like, "Well, you faked it because how have you gone in admin cam if you not an admin?" And then it got me thinking, like, well, why don't I just fake it? Because at the end of the day, the video is way more entertaining because I have control over what happens. And I can tell a big story. And then I was showing like the videos turned into like these big like mini movie things that we did, and it was just like a whole cinematic story. And that's kind of how it started, though. Just some little comments being like, "This is fake," when it wasn't. And I was like, you know what?
If you're
You know what?
aspiring
You're right.
YouTubers, this is why you don't get mad or sad about hate comments. Look what it did for this man. 200,000 some odd subscribers now because
I
of a
guess that's
hate
an interesting
comment.
story. How did you actually start playing Unturned?
Oh, dude, that goes back to like high school for me. I had a friend that back in 2.0, he played it, recommended it to me. We started playing together. And he's in some of my earliest Unturned videos as well. We played it all the way through 2.0, and then when the update came out for 3.0, what we play now, we just carried on playing. But I remember originally my friend was like, "Oh yeah, it's a game where you fight robots," and I was like, "That sounds pretty lame." Yeah, right. And I played it, and then it took me like a good month of playing to be like, "Hold on a minute, didn't you say there was robots in this game?" And he must have thought the zombies looked like robots or something. I have no idea. It was
Oh,
very strange, but
That's
yeah.
interesting. That's
Maybe
interesting.
maybe he's like thinking like I don't know.
green.
But the reason why I
robot.
actually played it just reminded me of like, I know it sounds strange, but it reminded me of DayZ a lot. But DayZ has such a high like I don't know, skill curve, or you have to put so many hours into it. You have to really sweat it to actually, be successful. But with Unturned, you can just kind of hop on, play for a little bit, hop off. That was the appeal. It was like DayZ without the grind. So I guess that's why I just kept playing, because you didn't have to just sink weeks into it.
Yeah, which ultimately led you to playing more because it was more fun and less commitment.
Of course, yeah.
I see.
Now, you said you were talking about cinematics. Like, what was like one? So was that base raid cinematic the first ever trace of a cinematic you ever did?
No. So before that, we just did like random gameplay videos, and then I'd just throw in like complete random cinematics in there, just like scenery and whatever. It didn't really make sense. And I'd always use like copyrighted music as well, so all the videos would just get like demonetized. But I didn't really care because it was like back then no one was like bothered about how much money it made and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was like I just used like random cinematics, which I think kind of gave me a bit of an edge back then because nobody was really doing that with Unturned. And then I just was like, you improve, don't you? You go on and you the more you do it, the more you improve your craft. And then I ended up just telling stories and stuff like that. So here we are.
And then, what was your actual first ever Unturned video uploaded?
Oh man, that's a good question. Unturned. Okay, so it'll be an Unturned 2.0 video, and it was definitely deleted by now.
It's no longer on your channel?
Unless it's like private, I can't remember. But it will just be me and my friends just playing, just like screwing around. But the first like proper video that actually got me some views and some subs was I think in fact we got like so we was playing on a 3.0 server, just like a random server. Me and some boys just making bases, looting some towns, the usual. And I think we got into like a fight with another group, and it was this big like video of getting revenge on this group. It was pretty cool. But the music I used was demonetized in every single country on the planet, and the video was blocked in every single country on the planet. And when that notification came like to my YouTube channel, I was scared. I thought I was gonna like get my channel deleted or something. So I took the video down, which sucks because it was like the first video that got a decent amount of views and actually got the ball rolling to get subscribers.
Bruh.
That's interesting.
Bruh.
So the first actual video that helped you out was like gone because of the music.
Copyright music.
I got scared. I knew that, to be fair, looking back now, nothing would have happened. It would just be blocked in countries. But I was scared it'd get like taken down. But I guess not. So the second one that we ever did is still up.
A little bit of lore.
Yeah.
A little bit of origin story.
There's the origins.
Like when were you like recognized in the Unturned community? Like what video like made you popular and what like kind of got you accepted? I guess
that is a good question, because there was a lot of like back in the day there was like a split divide. Obviously you're like a new channel, no one really like is a fan, so there's a lot of comments like hating as well as a lot of love as well. But the first one I think that really solidified not only the type of content that I wanted to make for the future, but just sort of like got on everyone's like good side was the Nuke, which is the first role-playing movie. Yeah, of course. Come on.
Yeah, I remember that.
We literally, it was like
classic.
It is like almost 800,000 views. It blew up like back in the day. I don't know, like I'd never had that many views on a video before. It was like, yeah. And then we made another little RP movie, and then we just turned the base raids into RP movies at that point. I think that was what did it, definitely.
So are all of these RP movies set in the same universe?
Oh my god.
So so for the movies back in the day, no, because I don't know if like any of you like watch it, but we had a friend called Jesse, and he would die in every single one of them. Like every time. He's like Penny on South Park. We made sure he would die every single video. So I guess funny. Not. But for the newer stuff, like the Life RP series, I did a Survival RP series before that, and a lot of people are kind of speculating, is Life RP like a You know.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is Life RP a prequel to Survival RP? Tell us now.
Exactly. I
Is it?
mean, the people want it to be, and it definitely could be. And I mean, we'll have to see when it ends.
That's what
Does
I've been
the last episode of
thinking.
Life RP coincide with the first episode of Survival RP? Who knows?
It's like the
Who
first
knows?
episode of Survival RP was your character going to drop off some shady boxes in some back alley.
Yeah.
So, like, we already knew he had some sort of criminal background, was doing shady stuff, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. It could very well be the same universe.
and so where is Dubsy
Good.
now? Where is Dubsy? The mystery
That's a
hasn't
good
been
question.
solved yet.
You know, I went out for food with him just a few days ago. We
Oh.
are still like close friends. You know, we're still like best buds. We speak almost every day. But a few years ago, he just decided, like, you know, just kind of stopped playing Unturned. Wasn't really having fun with it anymore, which is all good. So he just kind of didn't appear on the channel. But I still think, and I still show him the comments as well, because to this day there's comments, and even like you guys asking the question now, like people still love him and still like want to see him and stuff. He had such an impact. I honestly think I couldn't be where I am today without Dubsy. Like, he was such a help, not only like personality wise on the channel, but like his ideas as well. So many of his ideas went into the old videos. So yeah, definitely couldn't be where I am without him. But he did say he wants to return for a video though. He wants to do a classic, a throwback video. So
Yes.
That reminds me. Why did you stop making roleplay movies?
there was this one time, I guess the boring answer is that they're not, or at least they weren't that efficient to make. I'd be making them every like month, 2 months, sometimes 3 months. I just didn't upload often at all, which, as I'm sure you guys know, is not great for growing a YouTube channel. I think ironically, I probably got more subs off of them than I do now, but it's more of like a steady incline now, whereas before it was just like an up and down cycle of, okay, the channel's dead, we upload, it booms, and then it dies again. But there was this one time, the very last like raid RP video I made before the first episode of the Survival RP series, and I'm used to uploading these videos and getting like 500,000 views, and that's cool. I uploaded this video and it just didn't do well at all. It got like 80k views in the space of like a month, and I was like, oh no, this is it. This is the end. And I realized it was right about the time when YouTube changed all this stuff, like the algorithm, and what it really took to kind of have a YouTube channel. And a lot of people couldn't really survive if they didn't make frequent videos. So I had to find a balance between consistency, basically quality and quantity. And I kind of just decided to make a series instead. Went with it. It did okay. But I would love to do them again. I mean, don't get me wrong. They are my favorite videos. You know, if I've got a list of my favorite videos, they're all RP movies.
Oh, nice.
And they're the most iconic as well. So,
I mean, yeah, the new one is like, I remember when that came out, and then my friend sent it to me. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Bro, have you seen this? It was pretty good. Will there be, if there's a finale to the Life RP series, will it be a movie?
I think definitely. I think when it comes to, I mean, the end of the Survival RP series was pretty much like a movie. It was pretty long. We put a lot of effort into it. I think it would be something like that. Probably bigger, actually, than that episode.
Speaking of movies, speaking of movies, are you planning on doing some sort of like a legit movie, or movie style type video?
Actually I am. This is like the first time I've even said this publicly as well, because we don't want to, like, I guess, say it and then not do it, but we definitely are. And it's, I mean,
oh boy, we got
I'll just say it here. Basically, I'll give you all the tea. Why not? Mm-hmm. Everyone that you have like known and loved in all the other videos, like, you know, the ones back in the day, the big RP movies, Donkey, D4, Dubsy, like all those people, they're going to be in it, basically. And it is going to be like the old days. But because I feel like now I'm way better at what I do, it's just going to be you know, the best one we've ever made. And it might not get like, you know, 500,000 views or whatever, but who cares? Like
It
it's
will.
literally just gonna be
it definitely will. It'll get
From
like, at least a
where
million.
Unturned is right
hope
now,
so.
and I've been like monitoring all the analytics. A lot of videos are getting into the tens of thousands, and with, you know, your sub count and everything, good thumbnail design, just hitting that right sweet spot, you could probably pull in 500,000, maybe even a mil.
Man, you got to do
It'd be
like
pretty
an
cool.
action thriller opening, like we're getting the team back together. For
Oh
one
yeah, oh
last
you know it.
shot.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. In the team.
We got it all.
Yes.
It's gonna take so long to make, but it's just gonna be. Hopefully, it's gonna be like the best one we've ever done. It'll take a while, so don't expect it anytime soon. But because it's not one of those where we have to rush, we're just gonna take our time with it, make sure the story is like perfect and everything, all the mods to be made for it. Because we love doing stuff like that, like commissioning mods and getting the wider community involved, like the modding community, kind of giving them a chance to like make something cool. And obviously we pay them for it, it's a commission, but to get it sort of like seen by so many people, because after you make a video, people want to know what mods you used, and then they go check it out, and it's good for everyone, really.
Yeah. That is always cool. I thought that was always cool that you commissioned for like custom mods just for your videos.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just want it done to a specific like way, and there isn't anything on the workshop that kind of fits that standard. So there's plenty of talented people out there that'll do it for you. When
are you gonna release your custom mods to the public? Or like, are you?
Yeah. Well, I think the last one we got commissioned for a big video like that was the submarine one made by Mordecai. And that was like public, you know, the moment the video went live. So we never want to like keep it for ourselves. We always want to, you know, let people use it and enjoy it and stuff. So
let's go.
I was gonna ask you this, but how many people do you have like at all times working with you?
So nowadays with like the Life RP stuff, it was a few months ago, we decided just to open up recordings to the public. So basically, if you're in my Discord server and you want to help with recordings, it's not like main roles, but it's just kind of like, you know, extras, background characters, or just stuff that needs doing really in the background to make it all kind of flow. We just have like anyone. But before that, it was like, I'd say about like 10 people, 10, 15 people. Which were always like regulars that kind of helped out, and
that's a lot.
Yeah, but and then back in the day, to be fair, it was even less back in the day. It was mainly like the main crew, you know, like D4, myself, Dubsy, Salmon Man, all them lot, like Donkey, and we'd all fumble together and just get like close friends to help us out.
Well, that's a lot better than this podcast. I can barely get these guys to go on this time.
I'm the one who does the logistics here, Charles. If you were just listening to me.
And even when they do show up, sometimes they're just on their they're on their phones or playing other games. I don't know.
Man, I'm on my phone right now.
Speak for yourself.
It is really painful.
But definitely. Speaking of like people, I imagine you've had encounters when you're recording and someone purposely interferes.
Oh yeah.
In a negative way. Could you tell us about those moments, please?
How many people have said the N-word randomly during
Okay, I'm gonna mute you.
All right.
To be fair, that does happen though. It's like that's the most. Well, that's the most easiest way to like ruin a record. I'm just outing myself here now. Like people are gonna flood from the podcast to like come to my videos just to ruin it. Please don't. We put a lot of effort into this. No, basically, like obviously the easiest way is just to like spam voice, but people have been creative with it. There's been like hackers that have like waited for the perfect moment to turn on cheats and just start like screwing everything up. There's even been like a few bad admins that have like just like drove weird cars in the middle of a scene, like just because it's funny. And like it is in the middle of the recording. It's really not, you know, we have to like back up and start all over again. To be fair, like it's not been too bad. Yeah, literally like just random, like stupid cars that they'll just drive through the middle. It is funny.
Man, that kind of reminds me.
We've had. What's the
blimp?
Oh, what is it now? Like the parade car. I don't even know what curated map it's from. Is it Easter Island?
Rio.
Is it maybe it's like a music.
Rio had a parade car, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them. We've had obviously the rainbow car, bulldozer. Yeah. Just stuff like that. Just really stupid cars. But I mean, it's not been too bad. For the most part, and I'll give it to them. Most people are like really like well organized, and you know it's fun for everyone, so they enjoy doing it, and yeah,
That's
it is
why
very organized.
that's why it doesn't sound super excited when I start to make short films. I'm not going to be super over the top and have to work with people.
Yeah, it is a balance you got to find. Luckily, like I said, I do have people helping me. So if I was just on my own, it'd be a nightmare to organize everything. But we have like admins from my Discord that help out tremendously in organizing people,
Mhm.
and they will like if people are like stepping out of line, you know, we have like the rules, the recording rules. Like if you're messing around, then just you're gonna get
You're gone.
kicked.
Yeah.
Sounds harsh, but that's just the only way it's got to be. But yeah, aside from
Yeah,
that,
I
it
mean,
is-
you're there to
Mhm.
you're there. I don't think that's harsh. I mean, you're there to do a job. You know, you're not just there to play the game normally at that moment. You're trying to make.
well, yeah,
some-
exactly.
Yeah.
And we're on like a
Yeah.
separate server anyway for most of the big scenes, so
Mm-hmm.
it's one
Oh,
of them.
I
It's one of
didn't.
them.
I didn't know that. That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
And this is more of like a technical question, but when I imagine, and I've monitored your cinematics, and you seem to commonly utilize one way of motion where you use the camera, you go down, but you also like sway a little bit to the right to, I guess, give it a classic camera feel.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
like lower your sensitivity like a ton, and then when you move your mouse, it looks like a smooth movement?
I actually
Probably
don't.
not
I
five.
think over the years I've just mastered like the muscle memory that it takes to move your mouse so slowly.
Oh, so it's just
Damn,
an-
he really just said he's better than you, Trident.
I only
No, I
practiced
think because
Cinemax
over
for
the
1
years,
year.
if you go back to my cinematics back in the day, they were trash. I think like it is just muscle memory. I think definitely with anything, you just sort of like, I don't know. I'm trying to like do it with my mouse right now. Like I keep my wrist on the actual mouse pad and just move my fingers a little bit, and it just turns the mouse ever so slightly.
I will have
That's
to
a hard
say,
one. I
though,
can't even explain it.
you know, I
I'll have to
get,
like
I
make
get what
a
you.
IRL
do
video
it.
doing it.
I'm
But, like,
doing it.
I think the one thing, the biggest game changer for cinematics was the scroll wheel, because I controlled the speed.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Before
Yeah, you
the
could.
speed was just it
It's
was like
disgusting.
two
couldn't
settings. You
think.
had fast and you had like
Mhm.
a little bit slower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
maple syrup.
but
speaking of your commissions for your stuff, I'm a published author, so if you ever need a writer, just like
okay, here,
God.
there's this little
Yeah.
button they can
Yeah,
press
cool.
called mute. I don't know.
I'll tell you
what
what,
you're
for this
saying.
big movie that we're doing, I'll
Alright.
be in contact.
Okay, bet.
Nylex trying to promote himself during the episode.
How about you
Sad.
write a
Yeah.
book about the nuke story? How
Have you
about
read a
that?
book about getting
Yeah.
bitches in it?
You know, believe it or not,
Classic.
I've actually thought of doing something like that just for fun, like trying to connect all of the stuff in like a
Really?
fan fiction book or something.
Oh no.
Well, I tell you what.
Unturned fan fiction. Charles, let's go on that website again. I want to see
No,
some more.
man, we're not going back there.
I'm so glad I've never been on that site.
Oh,
If you remember from the end of the nuke, it does kind of end on like not like a cliffhanger, but there's more to be told, and we never told it. So I mean,
Are you gonna do
there's
a
room
follow-up
there.
forever? or
Here,
no?
wait.
oh yeah,
I don't
can
think
do-
so.
Fallout.
The reason being
I
is because
could.
I am not in contact with the guy that played Farmer Juan, so I wouldn't know how to. And he was like in the very end, you know, it's like the little he's still alive
Oh yeah,
type
I
thing.
remember that. No, Farmer
Yeah.
Juan.
Wait, if I remember correctly, in the end of the nuke, well, wait, should I say the ending? Oh no.
Yeah, it's been like 6
It's
years,
like
5 years.
four
I don't know.
years.
You gotta
Yeah,
explain
Hey,
all this
people are
6 year
really
ending.
late, but like, wasn't? Oh no, I'm thinking of a completely different one. I'm thinking of the one where you killed Union and then you injected yourself with a COVID vaccine. Like,
Oh,
it's
what?
zombie vaccine.
What?
That was the bomber plane raid, I believe, which did
That
quite
had-
well. I
Yeah.
think.
That was my
the
favorite.
Negan ripoff.
Also,
Pretty
like,
much. But didn't he do a great job of
He
like?
did a really
did-
good
he did a
job.
great- he did a
do
great
good
job.
yeah.
But still, there's one scene that I remember like very vividly, and that's the bridge scene where you and the opposing team
Oh,
met, and then one of your guys gets shot, and you just aim your guns and no shooting. You could have easily taken them down.
Oh, bro,
I was
just
thinking to
saying.
myself when I saw that. I'm like, this would never happen in turn. They all would have been dead the moment that one bullet was fired.
Yeah, well,
As
everyone
you could
would've-
tell, we were like pristine at writing stuff back then. That was like epic storytelling right there.
Yeah.
I
know.
imagine
it was
all the-
trash.
well, no,
It's
hold
like,
on. I imagine
all
that
the main
guy. I imagine that
characters
guy
would have
wasn't
died,
very
and then
cool.
one extra would have survived and taken all the loot in the biggest car and left.
The problem I had back then is like ideas sounded way cooler in my head, and they like, you get to actually doing it, and you're like, oh, maybe
Real.
that
I
didn't
know
work
that
out as
feeling.
well.
Yeah, just
Have you made
remember.
cinematics, Charles, on YouTube?
No,
check
but
your
I've
channel.
done videos.
6
It
months
sounds
ago.
cooler in my head, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Nelson,
Yeah.
Hey Nelson,
What a
teach
fart
me a purple
moment.
beret.
You just got to remember the golden rule of writing. You don't have to be good at writing. You just have to be extremely good at editing.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
What if you're not good at editing?
Those are good edits in those movies.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of things.
True,
is
true.
What
that
editor
behind.
do you use? What editor do you use?
Oh,
I use Adobe Premiere, but for the more like, what is that frowned upon here?
no, I'm
I
using
just,
it right
I-
now.
I mean,
no,
I use like a
No,
15-year-old
figured.
software.
No, that's what
so-
I was thinking. I did that because I was thinking he probably uses Adobe Premiere, but I was asking because I didn't
Well,
know.
for the more like like the green screen stuff and like stuff like that, we use like After Effects because it's just easier to
Yeah.
Yeah.
handle all
I'm-
that stuff.
Those door
That makes
scenes,
sense.
like where you like reveal like a secret armory, are through After Effects, right?
That's actually
Or is that in
done.
Authentic Unturned?
Authentic Unturned, but with a twist. I still do it now in the Life Happy series. So basically, like, we used admin edit to almost stop motion turn them, and then just
Oh, I can.
so you'll move it, you'll take a screenshot, you'll move it, you'll take a screenshot, and then just
Mhm.
put them all together, and it looks like it moves.
Yeah,
That's how we did
pretty
that.
cool.
But I don't know. There's a lot. You just got to kind of get clever with it, I guess. Unturned
Mhm.
is so limiting when it comes to cool, outside the box ideas.
shit, yeah.
So it's like, in one scene, it was a Christmas video like years ago, where like I just wanted to be on a snowmobile and shoot a gun at the same time, but you can't do that. So I had to like green screen a gun over it and made it look like I was shooting, and it worked. It was cool.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought, oh, that's a nice trick. I like that.
Yeah.
Or like the train video where like you can't stand on a moving vehicle in Unturned, but we basically just made the train stationary, put some green screens at either side of it, and then boom, it's moving.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just love how
Um,
you open the door and then just immediately see the bike get mowed down by the helicopter.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, closing that. Oh.
Oh dear, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Nylex, have you seen the one of the more popular backrooms videos by someone named Pixel or
Game Pixels.
something like
I
that?
was literally
Pixel.
just watching.
No, no.
What the fuck?
Have you like seen anything?
I'm not
like
sure if
that?
I have actually. I don't think
Are
I've
you-
seen the videos, but I'm very familiar with it.
Because
All
I'm
right, make
working
it an
on like a
Unturned.
because I'm working on like a backrooms cinematic in Unturned right now. And I was wondering if you're
There's-
doing something like that.
I mean, if I'm doing something like that,
Like if you will do something like that eventually.
well, are you using that? I swear,
Trident's
like
bagging
months
right
ago,
now.
I've seen that map on the workshop. Unless I'm
Yeah,
just
there is
tripping.
Oh, yeah,
a
there is a
backrooms
backrooms
that,
map.
Yeah,
like,
an
yeah,
arena
yeah.
map.
I thought so. Is that the one you're using, or are you doing?
That's the
something-
one I'm using, except I edited it so I gave it like spooky lights and a darkness node.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That would be a cool idea. I have no plans for that, but I'm sure it'll turn out great.
Nice. All right.
Z-Man, what is this screenshot you sent?
What?
Don't reference it. Please do not reference it.
What? The one where they're in the shower?
Hey,
I just sent it because it kind of reminds me of the Nylex server.
Okay.
Why does it look? I mean, that's literally Dubsy right there as well. Like literally.
I thought it's a Dr. Bob.
Now, like, so have you ever been like attacked by any other individual, like major individual, like in the community at all, for like anything that you've done, or has there been pretty much a clean slate when it comes to like people trying to go after you for anything you've done?
So up until like about a year ago, it was like a clean slate, and I prided myself in that. I'm like, I avoid all drama and stuff. Like I'm pretty proud of that. And then there was like a review, which is like a a
Oh,
server
I
review.
know.
It's boring, yeah, Mikey's just like,
I know
Hey,
who you're
don't get me
talking
wrong. Don't get me wrong. A server review is more than warranted. Like, by all means, criticism, throw it at me. Like, I'm all for that. The second review was more like reasonable. However, the first one, I don't even know if it's still on YouTube, but
I
it
don't
turned
know.
into like the first few minutes was like a server review. Like, fair enough, he was pointing out the bad points, the good points, whatever. And then it just turned into like a bit of an attack on me as a person. But the problem was I'd never spoken to this guy, so I how does he know who I am, like, as a person, you know? And that's what bothered me loads. And then I didn't like make it a public thing, but I spoke about it in my Discord, and I think we did talk it out eventually. But it was just filled with assumptions, basically, on like who I am, which were all very like wrong, you know, like. I was painted. I don't want to say too much because we have sorted the beef. Like, it's not a problem anymore, and we're cool and everything. But it basically felt like I was being made out to be like some greedy server owner and all that stuff, which is obviously not the case. That was the only time I've been in like drama, and then apart from the whole, Z-Man Twitter beef, which is a meme at this point, but
Bro, Z-Man Twitter beef. Z-Man wears a jacket when he plays Yukon, bro.
that was there was some good memes out of that.
That was a good meme. That was a good meme.
I mean, I believe it. I've seen him done it.
Man, shut the fuck up, man.
Wait, okay, so Nylex, do you have a dentist?
You Knight, fuck you. I was gonna ask that question. I couldn't remember.
Trident wasn't gonna ask it, so I did.
Oh my god.
I've never ever heard of one of those in my life.
Yeah. Let's go.
You've never heard of a dentist?
Wait, what's your dentist's name?
Bro, all right, Trident, listen. Okay, real question now. How far ahead do you plan out like the episodes in the series? Do you have like an outline for how it's gonna end, or do you just go by episode?
Oh yeah, no, we've got like a pretty extensive sort of like outline. But as for planned in details, usually I'm only like 5 to 10 episodes like ahead when it comes to like detailed planning. But for the overall story, that's pretty, we've got it quite thought out, I guess.
Is it like you have like an end goal, you have a beginning and an end, right? But everything in the middle is kind of like you can do whatever you want, but there will always be the same result.
Pretty much. So the way that we've got it is there's sort of like, I mean, different stories that have different end goals. So like the story that we're going through right now with the mafia and stuff, there is an end goal for that. And then we could end the series there, definitely, but there's always going to be like an option to continue and do different stories and stuff. So it's kind of like whatever happens when we get to that point. If we feel like it's, a good time to end it, then we will. Or if we want to keep going, then we can do. It's always good to keep it open.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how we do.
Sure. And how much of it is improv, like on whenever you're filming?
So I'd say percentage-wise, it's tough because it depends per episode. If it's like an episode that involves a lot of people, majority is just like improv. But if it's like, if it's obviously like a scripted event, then it's a scripted event. So, but I've done a lot of like, I don't even know what to call them, like shop videos. I know it sounds kind of like stupid, but they're all like improvised. You're doing it on the public server, like whoever comes and whatever. Like most of the like stories and the scripted scenes is, I know it's hard saying scripted scenes and expecting you to know what's what, but you can kind of tell, I think, right? Surely. Yeah. Anything important to the story is obviously 100% scripted, but we like to throw in the odd clip here and there. I'd say a good 70 to 80% is just scripted.
I see. What about like, okay, so duration of episode, like what's like a video that took you the longest to make?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Let me have a think for a second. I would say I mean, it's going to be one of the old movies, but because they were years ago, I'm having a hard time remembering. I know that the submarine raid took quite a while. But I don't know if it was the longest. It was between that and the Black Hawk raid. But they're two of my favorite videos, so it's worth it.
The Black Hawk raid is a great video.
Actually, I've got a technicality answer. All right, there's a video that took over a year to make, technically. So, the Saving Christmas video, we had it all planned out this one Christmas, and we was recording it, and I can't even remember what happened now, but we basically couldn't record for a couple of days, which meant that we wouldn't release it in time for Christmas. So we had to literally delay the whole thing until the year after, and then we did it.
Damn.
So that's kind of technically it, but for real, I'd say the submarine raid or the Black Hawk raid.
That don't count, Chance.
Yeah, Trident.
Sorry,
What?
I get you guys mixed up. You know,
Yeah.
it happens all the time. You know,
So,
You're silly.
do you have any interest in making real movies, like actually getting into that career, being a director or a screenwriter or something?
I did, like back in the day. Excuse me, but nowadays I think probably not. It would be cool, and like I was really like looking into it a while ago, but I think now it's so difficult to get into that industry, especially like when you live in like the UK. You know, I'm not like in LA, and I don't want to be.
don't.
True.
Don't.
Yeah, Charles lives
Like-
near there, I think.
Don't.
I've visited there, and it is a lovely place to visit, but
No, you're lying. You're lying.
I had a good time, bro. I went with Dubsy. I went with Me Like Big Boom. I went in the Quaz Was Red. We had a great time.
You
But
probably maybe, but
you know,
Really? Okay, you met all those guys. You actually did your face reveal on Boom's live stream.
yeah, I did. That was there. That was in some big old Airbnb that we had. It was like a massive big house, and we.
Airbnb.
I mean, that was yeah. I've not done like an official face reveal. That was like just on his channel.
Well, you ever
But
do
not
a
his
face
live stream
reveal?
thing. I've been really considering it like recently as well. I just want to. I was thinking, oh, should I wait for like 250k subs or something? But I was like, why not just
Man, if
do it?
you
I'll just like post a picture or something.
if you do it, you should like superimpose your face talking onto your character in the intro of one of your videos. Yeah, and then just have that as like your character throughout
It's so
that
funny because
RPG episode.
I literally look nothing like my character as well. Like I don't have a beard,
Bam.
and it's weird. The one thing with like a face cam is that I think a lot of the people, you know, when you watch a YouTuber that doesn't have, they don't show their face, you will like associate them to look a certain way in your head. And I think because my character looked the same, so many people will just sort of like subconsciously associate my voice with my like Unturned character. I don't want to like do a face reveal and then being like, yo, what the hell?
This
Bro,
is
that is
nothing
This
like
is
what you
dude.
presented.
Dude, you did it on his live stream. I looked it up right now. I can't believe no one like recorded it and it re-uploaded the face reveal.
They did. Unless it's been taken down.
They did?
There's,
I can't even find it.
Somebody, let me have a look, see if it's still on YouTube. It's been taken down.
Bruh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, somebody did. They posted it, and the
How many views
the
did it get?
thumbnail, it got a good few thousand, like maybe 10 to 20k, I can't remember. But the it was so funny because the thumbnail was like me kissing Dubsy on the cheek,
Bruh.
Wait, you kissed them?
which
Bro.
I mean I did do it in the background of the live stream, but it's been deleted. I can't believe it.
Deleted.
Dude,
Deleted
we
for
need to
sexual
track
content.
back. We need to track back to the fact that Nylex kissed Dubsby, bro. When we get
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
what's the lore?
That was
Yippee.
it was literally I don't even know, it was just funny. Boom was streaming and we were just like, I just went over, give him a peck on the cheek.
Bruh.
That's how it is,
YouTube, YouTube took it down for sexual
Oh,
content.
Maybe so.
homosexual isn't gay.
This is what I mean. Always kiss your homies goodnight. You know?
He actually did.
Z-Man, what is that laugh?
Look, man, I'm eating hot Pringles right now, so my laugh is funny.
Uh,
Okay.
All right, now this is more of a personal question from me, but do you have any tips for aspiring cinematographers
Ooh,
for Unturned
like
specifically?
IRL. Oh, okay, good, because IRL, I'm not good. Um, it's tough because back in my day, it was so easy because no one did it, so you could just do anything. But I would say pacing and flow of videos is really important. If you, I don't know, if there's a video that you're watching and it kind of feels janky, kind of feels like it's not put together well, it kind of makes you not want to watch it. So I think if you master that, like the getting just the flow right, like maybe
And
you'll have some
everything
sort of
will.
not boring bits, but you'll have like low energy bits, and then you'll have like a really big scene, and then you'll kind of lower it down again, and you've just got to get it kind of flowing well. And then as for the whole cinematics, I just try and just think of like creative ways, like where can you like mount a camera, where can you like what different shots can you get, like it depends per situation, obviously, but the more you do it as well, I just say just do it as much as you can, because the more you do it, the more you get better at it, and you kind of realize in your own head like what's good and what's not, and then after making so many videos, you realize before you've even put the video together if it'll work or not. I think that's probably the best kind of general advice I can give.
You could also try
Because,
storyboarding it beforehand, like drawing out what you want to do, seeing what works before you actually go and record.
Definitely. One thing I do sometimes, not too often, but if there's like a complicated video idea that I've got, I'll kind of like go in the game just on my own and run through the scenes we'll be doing. You know, there's no one there, but I'm just sort of like kind of getting the idea of how long it'll take to do each scene and the pacing and what it'll look like. And it really helps to like kind of get your mind into the idea. So if there's like a scene where we're like, I don't know, fighting on a bridge, or you know, we're getting held up at a bridge and someone gets shot and we don't shoot back, that sort of thing, I'll go in like on single player and just kind of like act it out on my own and just see if that would look good or would work or whatever. And then you often kind of come up with ideas whilst you're doing that, because you're like, oh, what if I did this instead? And you wouldn't have thought of that if you weren't in the game doing it already. So it really does help to flesh out an idea.
I see. That's pretty nice to hear.
What would you say you would see yourself doing in about, like, I don't know, in a couple of years? Would you be still doing the same thing you're doing now, or would you be doing something completely different from what you're doing now?
I mean, what, content-wise?
I guess so, yeah.
The thing is, like, I definitely want to do, like, different types of content. Minecraft is, like, up there as, like, a number one.
What about Pavlov VR?
Yeah, dude, I love doing that. I want to get back into that again. It's been I keep telling myself, like, I'm just gonna put my VR headset on and just start recording. Why not? Making, I don't know, telling a story and making YouTube videos, they're like, it's like my dream job. I love doing it, you know. So I wouldn't stray too far from the content. I hope Unturned is still going in a couple of years. I'm sure it will be. So I still want to be doing Unturned, but it would be nice to, like, you know, throw in a few of the games as well. I'd love to do what I do in Unturned, but with like Minecraft or a different game. But it's just, I don't know, it's different. It's hard to do.
Are you excited about Unturned 2?
I am. I mean, I was more excited when we actually had, like, you know, regular, not updates, but information released. It's just been silent for like a year. I don't know. It's been so long. I'm definitely excited because, I mean, from a content creating standpoint, it is just way better for making videos.
Charles, are you gonna get on Z-Man's ass for that? You gotta make him stop. Make him stop, please.
Stop what?
You're just eating into the mic.
That's my job, Z-Man.
You're like crunching. You're crunching.
What is it? Too loud?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just
right.
You're bad host. Bad host.
That was the last chip. I'm not even the host.
You're all host. Do we have a guest?
Even me?
Wait.
Yo, Nylex is a host now.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I can replace. Okay. Leave in the comment section below if you would like to see Z-Man replaced by Nylex. I'm open to the idea.
Well,
that is kind of funny to think about. So no, but
So,
like,
What about you guys? Like, are you guys still like on the Unturned 2 hype train, or are you thinking the same? Like,
for
it's just...
me,
I honestly like Unturned 3. I think it's fine.
I really hope Unturned 2 does persevere. As long as Nelson keeps updating Unturned 3, that's fine. I just really like the style of it because it just feels like a more refined Unturned 3, if that makes sense, the way it looks.
it's hard for me to say.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's way more polished, but
It's
I
hard
don't know,
for
I
me
mean,
to say because, like, I honestly, I kind of, like, grew up with 3. So it's, like, really hard for me to say that I would rather prefer 4 as opposed to 3 because I've been with 3 for so long. But, like, and that's where, like, just me as being, like, just being oldly playing this game. I mean, I think even you, Nylex, would agree, like, it's kind of like something, like, you're just leaving, but you've been with it for so long.
It feels like Unturned 2 is just a completely different game. But when it eventually comes out, it does feel weird. We'll have to like leave Unturned 3 just behind. Like, well, you know, it does feel weird. Like, I fully agree because, you know, all my Unturned memories are on Unturned 3, and it'll be weird to just sort of like just put it aside and never pick it up again. You know, it's kind of sad, really.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I feel too. Like when it comes to the progression of Unturned, because I think eventually, maybe in the far future, that's going to be what's going to happen. So that slowly, Four is going to just take over, and then we're going to be leaving. I mean,
yeah, I would like to. I don't know. I'd like to think it's going to be 2 completely separate games where Unturned 3 can still thrive, but I think realistically that won't be the case. I think everyone will move over to Unturned 2, and I think very quickly Unturned 3.0 is just going to be sort of like left and dead. Yeah, which is very sad because it is, you know, as much as it has its kinks and its quirks and whatever, it's a good game.
Yeah, I just wonder what also could. I mean, besides the nostalgia feeling and like being with this game for so long, I guess the one thing I'm very hopeful about when it comes to 4 is what you're able to do in the game compared to Unity, because it is using Unreal. So there's a lot more capabilities that Unturned 4 is going to be able to do, which I'm kind of happy about. And I wonder what people are going to create. There's a lot of interesting things I think about, but like, you know.
Because Nelson is so much more of like a more experienced developer now. He started Unturned when he was just a kid, and I think now as like an adult, he's definitely sort of honed his craft and he knows what it takes to be a good developer. So he can just make a way better game. You know, when it comes to the foundations of the game, he can just make them so much more like stronger and open to like mods and stuff. Like you were saying, people can just create anything now when it comes to modding. In the current game, I mean, you can make like clothing, you can make guns, you can make... It's basically just like skins on top of existing assets, essentially is what you can make now. But with Unturned 2, you can do whatever. Game modes, whatever you want. Like, I'm very excited for that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen Doug's video of him dolphin diving through the thing?
You're gonna bring that up? I mean, okay, we can bring it up.
Yeah, I mean,
let me show you.
I noticed when playing with a few friends that you could press Z while in the air, and I was just super confused on why, but I never looked.
Watch this video.
Let me have a look.
You need to put this in your next roleplay movie.
Yes, please do something.
Yeah, go through some
bars. That was insane.
It was crazy, bro.
Wait, why the hell isn't there a collision box there?
Because it's been like that for years. The bars never.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
People usually built out, like, you know, placed a plate prone and then just went through.
Which is kind of interesting too, because like as we go on now, because a lot of things from 4 are being ported to 3. Surprisingly, like the weather system, the movement system, like even sound effects when that was added. Like, I think there's a lot more... when I was thinking to myself when I was like messing around with stuff in Unturned for, like a long time ago, I think the Unturned 3 hasn't been figured out because of how casual the game was. And I think maybe there's gonna be somewhat of a cult following to Unturned 3 once 4 takes the reins as probably the front runner for all of Unturned, and 3 is gonna have some like sticklers of the old time, and just been like and be more honed, as it's not gonna get as many updates, which would be interesting to see. So it'd be like I would compare that to, if you all know the game, like Super Smash Bros. Melee, never got an update after the first couple of releases it had across the world, and that game has been mapped out almost completely to what it's able to do. And I wonder if that's going to happen to Unturned once it's been kind of left alone and relegated to being on the shelf with like 2.0 or like even old Dead Zone. So I wonder what would happen, because it's still accessible to the majority of people that have Steam, because it's a free game. So I wonder what would happen.
Yeah, that is a good point, because I think obviously Unturned 3.0 is way more popular than 2.0 ever was, and it is like a direct sequel to it. It's basically just a better version. But with Unturned 2, it does feel like a completely different game, and it is a completely different game, like on Steam. So it would be kind of interesting. Like, I honestly think Nelson will keep, like you said, updating it, maybe not as frequently, but he'll keep it going. It's just whether the community will as well. And like you said, there'll probably be some diehard, people that stick around just for Unturned 3.0. But how often will that be, and how many people will that be, and how long will it last? It's hard to say.
It'd be interesting to see.
I don't know if 4 will ever come out.
I mean, personally,
Yeah, I agree. I think the same.
I don't think it will.
I think it will. I think it will. It'll
will.
just take a really long time.
I think Nelson has realized that we don't need a sequel anymore like we did in 2017, but now we don't. And he's actually already implemented some of the features in 4.
Yeah, I think 4.0
like
should just be an update to 3.0.
That was the original idea.
I don't think you can
just
just
make it
take a
possible,
game.
Charles. That's quitter talk.
I just don't think it's possible anymore. I think the cat's already out of the bag. There's already a completely different engine as opposed to Unity. I mean, like, I think it's literally impossible to do. Or it would take literally the likes of the entirety of Google to do that.
Okay, nerdy emoji.
Because
okay,
literally,
what?
yeah, I don't think... I don't know much about game development, but I'm just saying 2 different, types of game engines probably don't
Imagine
work
putting
well.
a diesel engine into a regular car,
Yeah,
a Tesla
kind of.
even.
I mean, it's not impossible.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
for
but
Nelson,
it's probably
I would say.
very... Yeah, maybe for now.
Because it's literally just him. I don't think it's like...
Nelson needs to hire more people. Maybe if he comes on the
Guys,
podcast,
like,
we can
one
beg
thing-
him to
one-
get a staff or something.
One thing that's going to be really nice, and I imagine this will happen in the future, is Nelson will probably unspaghettify a majority of code, be able to organize everything, and actually make things a lot more customizable.
I think that's what he's
And
doing
Yeah,
right
that
now.
should
Get a lot
definitely,
more
that should
people.
definitely be priority 1 to.
That's what he's doing right now. But
Yeah.
he's one person. Only one person can do so much.
I
mean, look at the features that we've already had in the past year for Unturned 3.0. It's like, back in the day, you would not think that's possible at all. Dolphin dives, bro. I came back, like I said, I've not been doing anything for a month. I come back to Unturned, I can dolphin dive. There's so many weird updates that just are surprising, and it's just, you wouldn't expect it, especially not back in the day. And modding as well, even though nothing's really changed there, the whole modding community has just become way more detailed and I don't know how to describe it, just better,
Mm-hmm.
They're honing.
It is true. The modding community is very, very talented. I've seen some surprising stuff.
They bust it down sexual style every time.
They really do.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I guess the gaming scene kind of mature a little bit more as we go on.
Gaming.
Yeah.
I just wish that you could have custom coding and scripts and stuff, but you can't do that yet. I know there was something called modules for a while, but I don't know if that's still a thing, and I don't know if that's exactly custom scripting for mods and stuff. Really?
Yeah, it's more server side stuff. I do remember something about him. I don't know if this is true, but I remember something about that kind of coming to the client side of the game, but I don't think much happened with it. There was, big sort of plugin distributors. They kind of make their own modules, and that's as far as it kind of went.
Okay, so it's just for plugins and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Rocket Mod is a module, but that's kind of built into the game now anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's Avi plugins as well, which have their module, and I think that is like the only ones I know of.
Isn't it OpenMod as well?
Oh yeah, probably. I haven't played around with that much.
I just want to make a boss that has like custom attacks and phases and stuff. That's all I want.
You don't want the same like
impossible.
Attack? Come on.
No,
you don't want
man,
the lightning attack. You don't want the ground pound attack.
I want to at least be able to like go into the files and replace the sprite of the lightning attack or something to make it look like a laser beam or something instead. That would be cool.
You don't want like the same rock being thrown at you. You can like move to the left and it just be dodged.
Man, I'm gonna throw a rock at you. You were dropped on a rock as a baby. Shut up, Charles.
Do you guys know like have you guys ever been on those servers where literally all the zombies are mega zombies and like half of them are lightning ones, so you can't even really get loot?
Yeah, that's sexual. I want to play the game
it's
like
rough out there.
Yeah, literally, I've never played that. Literally having to press Z the whole entire time. I could not deal with it.
Yeah, I've been to Detroit before.
Literally, like it's not. I don't find any. There's like no American servers like that. I like looked through it. It's only like random like I think like Asian servers I only find. I've never found like a North American like server that's like that.
Okay, that brings me up. I remember somebody posting something on the subreddit, like he turned on the TV in China, and on like a random TV channel was an Unturned video, and I don't think we never solved the mystery of that. Yeah,
really?
I have not heard of that. What the hell?
Yeah, I saw it on
way that's real.
Reddit. It was like years ago, but I saw it on there.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think that's real.
He was watching a Nylex video in China.
Can you imagine? I did. Somebody sent me like screenshots this one time of I don't know what the Chinese version of YouTube is, but somebody has taken all my fucking videos,
Billy,
and
uploaded them.
Maybe that sounds familiar actually. Yeah, literally just upload, and they were getting views as well. And I'm just sat here like, well, what can I do about this then? I mean, what can you do? You know.
Nah, you can't really do anything, to be honest.
It's just
that's kind of interesting.
It's a thing, but...
I mean, they live in China. There's punishment enough.
But the thing is, they were like subtitling it and like going through the effort of like literally subtitling it.
I mean, at that point, just like let them.
I mean, I kind of respect it because at the end of the day, more people are enjoying the videos. But it was just insane that there was people out there that's actually going through the effort of taking a video, like subtitling it all, changing all the title. They even like changed the thumbnail to like have, you know, Chinese text instead of English. But it was my thumbnail. But they made it look, you know, they did the text with the same colors and the border and everything. Like they made it look like it was the real thing and stuck it on there. It was impressive, honestly. Really. I can't lie.
That's cool. I mean, I'll be kind of mad, but like at the same time, it's like shit. They're doing all that.
I mean, it wasn't like crazy views. It was like 20K, 30K, something like that. But it's still pretty good. Like
that's interesting. I wonder if I've been uploaded to China yet.
I would say probably. I think
that's a whole industry. There's a whole
I mean, I'm sure they have sweatshops in there that do that just like take the videos and re-upload them for like a cent a day.
Business thing, maybe. I mean, they have to be making money from it, but I don't know. I don't know what the ad revenue of
probably not much.
Chinese YouTube's like, but
probably the same amount I pay Staswalle for the thumbnails.
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm looking up Chinese YouTube right now.
It's Billy. It's called Billy. I haven't actually the fit.
Yeah. It's not actually YouTube. It's
it's Youku, huh?
It's Billy, bro.
It's Billy.
I'm pretty sure it's Billy because that's what happened to FitMC. He literally got all of his videos taken and like posted onto the Chinese internet. It was kind of interesting too because people in China were interested because it's a server where literally no rules happen. Like there's no rules on there. It's complete anarchy. And being in one of the most authoritarian states, it's kind of interesting to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's really like another interesting point is like they're watching foreign content. Like I don't know if it's just me, but if I watch like a video, like I'll watch it in English. I don't watch any foreign like, you know, channels or videos or anything. but they're watching like English speaking videos which are completely foreign to them, and they have to just sit and read subtitles, unless they know English, which I guess I don't know the percentage of China that is fluent in English. I can't imagine, because a lot of European countries they're quite versed in English. A lot of European people that I speak to over Discord and stuff, they're very fluent in English, but I don't really imagine that being the case for like the Eastern countries. I could be wrong. I really don't know what I'm talking about, but
English is like such a massive language to the whole entire world. Like it's literally a global language.
Well, that's the thing as well, though. I feel like, if you take English and Spanish, for example, they're very similar in the fact that they use almost the same alphabet, and the words and the sentences are structured in the same way. But when it comes to like Chinese or Japanese or Korean, it's completely different. It was like my girlfriend was telling me, like she's like learning a little bit of Japanese, and she was saying it's so different in the way that you structure a sentence. There'll be like one character, and that will equal a whole sentence, but it's like one like letter for them pretty much. And if you say things in a different tone of voice, like if you say it higher or you say it lower, then it'll mean a completely different thing, which is kind of interesting.
I think in China, it's like I forgot what, but it's like a horse. You could say like the word horse in so many different ways.
Weird.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it was like, if you say it in a different tone or something like that, it kind of means like completely something different that could be messed up.
Anyone ever played the Chinese version of Unturned?
No, I don't think I want to.
There is a Chinese. I wonder if it's as bad as Unturned console.
No, I honestly don't think so. I honestly think the
Chinese. I thought it was just the same thing.
Is it like an official version? Because I thought it was just a.
I think there is. I think there is an official Chinese version of Unturned. In China.
Yeah, there is.
If I recall, I think Nelson.
They have a lot of sensitive issues, don't they? Bloody hell.
Yeah, that's what happened with Union's Cosmetics. Like he was telling me about how literally he couldn't put certain things because of the censors in China. Because Nelson had to get them cleared through China for some of his cosmetics.
Really?
Yeah, like the Warlock set. I forgot it was the Warlock set, but one of the designers had the skull in it. Because in China, skulls are not allowed to be depicted in media.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Nelson was like, I don't know about this one, but he sent it, and I'm pretty sure it passed because it's a block skull. I mean, like, come on.
Oh, really? That's kind of interesting. Because I thought it was just a strict no skulls, like no, sort of depiction or anything.
I think the censors.
Because
there's also like no blood allowed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's true. Yeah.
It has to be like gray matter that falls out of people.
Dude, they should make it white so they just spill out cum every time they do
it. This guy over here.
So Nylex, you know P9, right? Like personally.
Oh, great. We're getting into it now.
I've never met him in person, but he is moving to the UK, so I'll probably meet up with him. He's moving like an hour away from me, so I'll probably like meet up with him and stuff. But yeah, I do. I'd like to say we're friends to some degree.
Okay, so does he fake his base?
Oh, you know what? I don't even know. Like, I genuinely don't even know.
Bro.
I don't. This is gonna sound fucking harsh, but I don't actually like watch a lot of his videos. I can't imagine he watches mine, so it's probably okay. We're probably mutual there, but I have no idea. I've seen the beef. Don't know. All I'm saying is from a content creator's perspective, it is easier to do that, and I did it back in the day, and it makes for a more entertaining video. Don't know if he does it at all. Maybe I don't know. I'd have to like watch a video and analyze it, maybe just to
make that a video analyzing P9.
Actually, Nylex, here's a question about P9. With that, your Twitter banner. What is the context of your Twitter banner?
Oh, that was actually in relation to the fact that he's moving over.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to know, like, where I lived in the UK.
He's like, where exactly do you live?
Edited.
But yeah, no, because he's like I said, he's moving like an hour away from me. I'm pretty sure. Which is, I mean, he's moving with his girlfriend because his girlfriend is from the UK. He's from, I don't even know, Germany, I think.
I believe.
I know he's like Russian, but he's German, and he's something else. I don't know, but I think he lived in Germany, and now he's moving over to the UK, which is pretty cute, you know.
Pretty cute. Oh god.
Man, what's wrong with pretty cute, Z-Man?
You love to see it. You love to see it, you know.
Nylex, what? Why? Why are you being down bad on Twitter? Ba-boing, wow, wow,
Hey, put that on screen, Charles. I know you hate editing.
I don't want to do that to my audience.
Put it on the screen because it's funny.
Why does she have a collar?
The thing is though, like I've seen so many more, and I've had to stop myself tweeting it because I like people are gonna think I'm actually like down bad or just weird. I need to chill. It's like
boing, wow.
No, I can't imagine why they'd think less of you.
I just don't know what but you open Twitter and that's the first thing you see. Why? Why is this? Why does it have to be Unturned out of all games?
I mean, it's been so long without it, so I mean, like, it's just, the void is finally being filled, you know.
Yeah, it is. I think it was inevitable, and we've done well to make it that far without it. But now, I feel like now it's everywhere though. Like we have one little thing happen like that, and then everyone jumps on it, and the workshop is filled with it.
Yeah, it's Durenta who started it. Blame him. Use your 240,000 subscribers to like make them harass them or something.
Please.
Oh man.
We do not condone
He said he
harassment.
received 5 death threats over the course of a week for that. Apparently.
Really? I want to see.
Deserved.
He's brought that up in the podcast.
Oh,
This guy.
All right. Did fucking Knight Rider be like, I had a crippling porn addiction?
all right. Z-Man be like, I'm obsessed with P9 and I'm turned on by him, but I won't admit it.
Yeah, I am. The podcast is now going to turn into us attacking each other.
Bro.
Okay, but who hasn't had beef with Z-Man? Come on, this is like
that is
true.
Let's be real.
Z-Man is kind of a real
member. Can we make a list of all the beefs I've been in? Can we have like a list?
I've
Knight Rider.
I don't have beef with anyone.
Yeah, look,
it was more of it wasn't a too serious beef.
No, we'll count it. We'll count it. It was Nylex, P9, Reign of Pain.
Well, that guy deserved it.
Charles at one point. Somebody on Earth at one point.
Boom.
I'm trying to.
I never had a beef with Boom.
You called
That's
him
like the one person I had.
Mr. Spammel, Brad,
yeah, that's
7. Some other server owners. Who was the server owner of Act?
Brad.
His name?
Brad dude, just make a list.
Melody, bro. That's 8, bro.
This is more.
There's probably more. Witness protection
How do you have
at
the
one
energy
point.
to keep up, man? I wouldn't be able to do even half that list.
This guy has
a lot of
make the list. You're the lore man. Make the Z-Man beef lore.
Man, I don't make real lore. What do I look like? Not a loser? Bro, come on.
Oh my god. Real life lore be like.
Dude, the nut room is crazy.
Nylex, would you
say
tell
that? Us about your music, Nylex.
My music?
Yes. What inspires you?
What inspires me? Oh, well, I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about the old guitar.
Of course.
Yes.
The old guitar.
Well, my biggest inspiration has to be the one, the only, Jimi Hendrix. Second to that would be Mr. John Mayer. Don't know if any of you guys... If you don't play guitar, you probably don't listen to him because he's weird. John Mayer makes songs that are for like teenage girls to listen to, right? But then he rips into a guitar solo and it's the best thing you've ever heard. And it's like you have to just I don't know, it's a weird mix. His guitar ability though is I absolutely love him. Those are definitely the 2 inspirations. But I don't know. I just like to mess around, twang some strings, you know how it is.
I have an acoustic guitar that I gotta learn how to play at some point.
Oh.
The good thing is, once you learn like the open like cowboy chords, they're called, you can play pretty much any song, and then, you know, to go further from that is, I mean, you learn like one scale and you just apply it all over the neck into whatever key you want it to be in, and then boom, you mastered the guitar. Okay, you haven't, but
yeah,
you're on your way.
Yeah, I mean, my main problem is my hands are kind of small, and it's a bit hard to change the chords. But I don't want to change guitars because that was my dad's guitar, and like it's mine now because he passed away. So I don't want to like get rid of it, you know?
Oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah, no, you want to keep that for sure.
For sure.
And why'd it get so dark all of a sudden?
It's
turn
one
on
of
your
those.
light, man.
Turn the lights, even.
It's yeah, it's one of those where like it might feel like it's a stretch with your fingers and stuff, but the more you do it, the more that you'll kind of build up muscle memory, and it'll just become sort of natural to you. Like, I don't know, I've got like big old hands, so it's hard to like kind of explain. But I did start playing when I was a kid, so I had a lot of small hands then, and it was just building up muscle memory, really, I guess.
Do you see long fingers?
I have what?
Can you grab a ruler and measure like your middle finger?
Bro.
Oh man, this is all right. One sec.
We'll do say one sec.
I don't think if I have a tape measure in this drawer, I'll do it, but I don't think I do.
Wait, are you measuring your feet?
You could. No, he's measuring his finger.
Yo, while you're at it, measure your feet.
Here, no. Take your thumb. There's like that, like this, like where you bend your thumb. There's like that. That's roughly like an inch. Use that to measure if you can't find anything.
Oh, like your knuckle and your thumb.
Yeah, like where the knuckle and the thumb. You can like put it some like. Mine's like 1. It's like
this is
2.8.
What? 2.8? Mine's like over 3. Definitely.
Oh, hold on. Oh wait. Well, where are you starting from? Here, I'll try to start at the base of the finger.
Yeah. Just where the
there.
You know.
I guess roughly 3.
Yeah, mine's just like a little over 3. But like, I don't know. I'm
Okay, so try and do the calculations. How big is Nylex's penis?
Okay.
Wait, what?
This guy.
Am I just being baited into this?
I guess.
Okay, now you take your finger and do the same thing except for your height.
Except for my height.
What?
Oh, you want to know how tall I am?
Basically. Yeah, base.
I am like, I'm like 6'2", 6'3" on a good day.
Cap.
Nice,
really?
just short.
No, I'm just kidding.
Nice, just short. He's angry.
He's 6'2".
I'm a big boy.
I'm 5'10".
He's a big boy.
5'11" on a good day.
Wait,
bro.
you're 6'2". I think Doug is as tall as you. I think
Doug's 6'4", I thought.
Doug is not 6'4".
Honestly, it's not even a flex because like tall people don't live as long. I mean, how many old tall people have you seen ever?
Well, I think that's because old people shrink.
That's because the short people kill the tall people.
They shrink a lot. My dad is shrunken an inch. He's not even 70 yet.
If I shrink an inch, I'm like 6'1" still. So.
How tall are you?
What the hell is this guy talking about?
Charles, how old are you? How tall are you?
I honestly don't know.
He's like 5'7".
Me?
All right, Charles is 5'7".
I'm pretty sure I'm 5'6".
All right, wait. Are we getting?
I'm pretty sure.
That's even worse.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not even that sad about my height. So
try night fucker. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day.
Bro, all right. Trident, how tall are you?
6'2".
Okay, I'm on the podcast. The main 4 members. I am 2nd place in height.
This guy, he wouldn't even say it. He wouldn't even say it.
How tall are you? You're 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
This is some
6.5.
On the dot.
6.5.
So Nylex is the tallest here, and I'm the shortest.
Yeah, I'm like 6.5.
You know, I'm not even that like. I don't know. I don't care. I honestly don't care about height.
He's a short king.
The fucking what's that character from Shrek? Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, you're built like him. He's built like Lord Farquaad. He's built like Lord Fuckwad.
I'm not built like Lord Farquaad.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I sometimes wish I was,
Why?
So I could live longer.
This guy.
And also, he seems to like. I mean, he bagged Fiona first of all. He did before Shrek came along. He bagged her.
But he didn't know that
then,
about the curse.
He didn't.
He didn't even bag her though. He didn't even go to get her.
Ignorance
at
is
the
bliss
wedding,
sometimes.
bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, but she didn't want to get married.
I guess.
Why are we going over Shrek?
Does that mean we reached the end?
I don't know. You guys want to ask me?
How long has it been?
I had to go really soon because
It's Mother's Day.
I have to watch Better Calls.
You guys
Give
still
a
watch
mom, give a mom.
In the UK, Mother's Day was like many moons away. I didn't even know. We have Father's Day on the same day, I'm pretty sure, but for some reason, Mother's Day is different for you and me.
That's weird. Do you have a mom though?
Yeah, I wasn't just like manufactured. Believe it or not, I do have a mum.
That's why his videos are so good. He was made in a lab for this purpose.
Do you have a mom?
Look, man, what if he was adopted and he doesn't act? I mean, biological mother. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I'm not adopted. I don't think. I've not actually asked her though. I might.
Now you make a second guess.
I was call her real quick.
You're gonna call your mom right now?
No.
That'd be funny if you did.
That'd be a funny bit for the podcast, wouldn't
it?
That'd
be funny.
Hey, mom, am I adopted?
I don't even know where she is or if she'll answer. Should I do it?
You should fucking call your mom, bro.
Do it.
All right.
He's gonna call his mom.
Yeah. Hold it up to the mic.
This is the best episode.
I'm gonna. Watch this. I don't know if you can hear it ringing. Is it not picking it up? Oh, come on. Hello, Mum. You're on the Unturned podcast, and the people want to know: am I adopted?
Well, my answer would be, I wish you was, but sadly not.
No!
All right, see you. I love you too. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.
Wait, Nylex is adopted?
British moms are a different breed, bro.
There you go.
That was great. That was amazing.
Mom on the Unturned podcast.
I mean, we got it all. That's your title. That is your title.
Nylex is mom. It has like the shocked emoji, and it's like a phone edited to your like Discord.
You need to tell Stas to fucking edit the thumbnail where it's in context.
It's just yeah. Nylex is adopted? Question mark? Exclamation mark? Exclamation point. Oh man.
Oh, that was a good. Can we just end it now?
Before we go aligned. This is why, you know, the delays happened and we're here now, and maybe we'd never know I was adopted if all the stars didn't align like this. But actually, I didn't tell you the Kovid story, did I? I forgot about
tell us about that. Yeah.
Real quick before we end, yeah. So basically, I mean, because I was meant to come on the podcast like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I literally, I went 2 years without getting COVID, and then I go to a drive-through coffee shop out of all places, and I get COVID.
How'd you get COVID on a drive-through coffee shop?
Exactly. I'm guessing one of the workers probably had it, coughed and spat all over my coffee, gave it to me, and then there you go.
Well, were you rude to them?
And then I was not. I'm a very polite man. And it's annoying as well because I had a gig the very next day as well. Like, you know, talking about music and stuff. I just like kind of play, just for fun. Like I don't do it as like a profession or anything. And we had this whole thing planned. We were going to do like a Taylor Hawkins tribute. We'd been going over like Everlong. I'm sure you're familiar, Foo Fighters, stuff like that. And we were going to do like a big tribute section in the middle of our set, and then I literally couldn't do it because I had COVID. But it wiped me out. I was literally like in bed for 9 days straight.
Man.
It was really bad at first, and then it was just sort of like lingering to the point where I was just kind of bored. Like I couldn't even. I had like it wasn't like I was feeling really bad, but I was just really like dizzy and drowsy, and I couldn't like even sit on a computer. I couldn't hold a conversation, that sort of stuff. I was just tired all the time, and that lasted like 9 days. And then when I finally tested negative, I still felt like that for like another week. It was so weird. I thought I was dying straight up. And then I got better, and then my girlfriend got sick, but not with COVID or anything. It was a completely different thing. So I was looking after her for a bit, and then we had a trip planned, which was like the week after. So we went on the trip. So this is like 3 weeks into the month now. The trip lasted a week. Got home, and had a few like errands to run, outside of YouTube and stuff like that. And finally, I'm like, this is what I mean. Like, finally, I can come on and do podcasts and actually make videos again. It's just been so like hectic. Although the past few days, I have just been playing Mario Kart nonstop.
And then Z-Man comes in and insults your integrity.
What happened?
Exactly. Exactly.
What happened?
Wow,
Z-Man. I feel like I needed to tell you that story so that Z-Man wouldn't bully me anymore.
Yeah.
He's been on my case about not doing this podcast.
I think there's a point where, even personally, I believe I was like, I don't know if he's trolling me.
No, I swear, like, that is the whole story. So, I was in COVID for like 9 days. Girlfriend got sick for a week. A trip for another week. And now we're here. So it was just like, it was mad.
Well, that's kind of funny.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to making more videos, I guess.
Well,
yes.
Unless you guys have anything else to say.
I think we're good.
I only have one more question. Will the Survival RP series make a return someday?
Ooh, you know what? Someday it will.
I can't believe you.
Someday it will.
Yes! Yes!
Bro, I can't believe that you...
Are you about to roast me for having be continued at the end of it and then, like, took 2 years to do it?
Yes! Yes!
I'm laughing at that. You called your mom on the Unturned podcast. Told her you're on the Unturned podcast. And then she said, oh, I wish you was adopted, but sadly no.
That's so good.
Oh, man.
That's a moment of Unturned history now.
That's the best.
Have it all, fellas.
This is the best episode because A, it wasn't fucking just us screaming. 2, it was funny, and 3,
yeah.
I think I agree with the third point, definitely.
Yeah, I agree too. All right, so
no, thanks for having me on. It has been a blast. It's been great. I've had a good time. I hope to come on again sometime.
It's somewhere in the
whenever something
probably. I don't know.
Once you get 300K, so that way you can get us 50,000 more.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Half a million, and then we'll let you back on.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
No, it was
that's the only incentive to gain subs now.
Yeah. Now make sure to plug us in your Discord at everyone when we upload the video and.
Whenever someone adds everyone in the Discord, they get banned because it's turned off now. But there was one time where somebody accidentally did it as an admin.
Really?
He didn't actually get banned, but yeah. The Discord has like.
I add everyone all the time.
We have like 16,000 members or something. So like, you kind of can't really at everyone. I guess you could, but
do it for the Unturned podcast, doesn't mean.
Do it for the
we have an announcement. We have an announcents channel which people kind of follow. So we'll put it in there. I'm
gonna fucking cream.
Yes,
literally
just go.
Just ping me when it's out, and I'll stick it in the announcements, and then we should be good.
Or on the community channel tab,
I'm about.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, it was great having you on, Nylex. I'm glad you actually showed up.
It was. Thank you.
I wasn't sure if you were trolling me or not.
No. Thanks very much, man. It's been.
I'm glad that
it's been great.
Pleasure's all ours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is great. All right, this concludes this episode of the Unturned podcast. I've been your host, cucuycharles, and
Nylex, I love you.
I love you, Nylex.
I love you all.
Goodbye,
Bye, everyone.